bright, sunny, and normal day in the small city of San Jose, California, in the spring of 2017. For Esteban Ramirez Ruiz Chavez, a 17-year-old teenager, it was a day he would never forget, and not in a good way. Twin brothers Esteban Ramirez Ruiz Chavez and Angel Jose Ramirez Ruiz Chavez attended Independence High School, where the crime was committed.
I remember walking around my high school campus looking for my brother, Angel Jose Ruiz Ramirez Chavez, because he was supposed to be getting me food after school since he had early and I had late. I was waiting for that sweet, tasty orange chicken that's only $8.30 plus tax, only at Panda Express. And I couldn't remember finding him, so I remember walking around.
At Independence High School, the school in which the twin brothers Esteban and Angel attended, there was a schedule in which half the students attended school between 7:20 a.m. to 2:05 p.m. and the other half between 8:20 a.m. and 3:05 p.m.
While walking an hour after class, I found my twin laying on the floor, dead. I couldn't believe what I saw.
No! Angel! Why? Why?
When the police arrived on scene, they found that Angel Jose Ramirez Ruiz Chavez was shot in the chest, along with interesting pieces of evidence.
According to the report, alongside the body, we found a receipt with a sentence that says, "That's what you get," alongside with a 9mm bullet and blood with a bloody key on the right palm, and within the left palm, strands of hair. Yes, we also went around the school to ask any students that may have witnessed the scene and ask for information that they may know of.
Among the hundreds of people at Independence High School, only two of them saw what had happened: a PE teacher, Michael Hunt, and a student, Ray J.
Yeah, I was taking my routinely run around campus until I saw Angel Ruiz Ramirez Jose Chavez getting shot by this Asian guy. He had a pretty big gun and he took his Panda Express. When he went out to go look for him, he tried to fight for his life, but he shot him once again, and then he took off with his food. And I kept on with my run.
Yeah, I was just chilling over there next to the gate, and all I saw was a big GMC car just pull up out of nowhere, and this Asian dude, the big one, he pulled out a gun and Draco that fool. It was sad. That's all I saw.
With the evidence collected, Officer Wardak Black went and gave the evidence to one of the finest forensic scientists in the entire world, analyzer Jared Baldos. To start, Jared began by analyzing the blood found on the road of the crime scene. He first had to make sure that the blood was in fact human.
Alright, so to see if the blood sample that we got from the crime scene is human, we have to do the Kastle-Mayer test. So what you want to do is get distilled water, which I got some right here. You can drop some distilled water on that, just a little bit. Just get it moist, and then we rub it. We rub some of that dry blood. Okay, now we have to put ethyl alcohol on it, which I got in here. Alright, so put that on, some drops, just a couple drops. And then we want to put you want to put phenolphthalein next, which I have right here too. So convenient. 1, 2. Alright, just a little drops. And then now you want to put hydrogen peroxide. Put hydrogen peroxide on this. Alright, so then when you wait for a couple of seconds, you'll see it start to change color. So right here, this is a positive. This is what a positive blood sample or blood looks like. Positive test looks like. It's pinkish. Alright. Now that we know that the blood is in fact human blood, we can move on to the next step, which is to blood type it. So to blood type, what you want to do is label three areas separately: protein A, protein B, and protein D. Protein D is our RH, which determines if the blood type is positive or negative. So what we got to do first is get the blood, which we already put down in here. Then after that, you want to get the protein A, protein B, and the protein D, and put it on the corresponding areas, like I'm doing right now. Use different ones every single time you use it. You use a different one. Let me do it. So protein B goes to protein B. Protein RH or protein D goes to protein RH or protein D. Like that. So it clumps. So that means that the blood type is AB positive.
Receipt papers are made with specific chemicals that, when heated up, can clearly show a fingerprint.
Right now we are going to be analyzing the receipt we found at the crime scene. So this is the one that has the handwriting on it. But little does people know is that on a receipt you can actually find a fingerprint on it. So that's why I'm wearing safety gloves. So with this, look at that. That's what you get. But before I do the procedure, I'm going to take a picture of it for later. So this way so once we find the suspect, we could compare his handwriting with this handwriting, and yeah. So this is what we're gonna do. Alright. Now I'm going to begin analyzing this receipt. So to find the fingerprint on a receipt, what you gotta do, we usually use stoves and burners, but my stove is being currently used for some other things right now, so I am going to use this, and hopefully it works about the same. So what you want to do is, hold up, make sure being safe, you got the glasses on and everything. Hold up. Yeah, burn that. Oh, don't do it too much to burn it. Just like warm it up until you actually see the fingerprint forming. And then you could do it on this side. You could do it on this side. Try to find any fingerprints that might happen. Yeah. See, you can see a fingerprint.
A fingerprint can be a whorl, an arch, or a loop. For the whorl, it can be a double loop whorl, a plain whorl, and an accidental whorl. For the arch, it can be a tinted arch and a plain arch. For loops, it can be classified as an ulnar loop, a radial loop, and a central pocket loop. Now, Jared Baldos analyzes the hair found at the crime scene that may help find our killer. He put the hair underneath a microscope and confirmed that the hair was not a fiber and that it was human.
To analyze hair, you must first know if it's actually hair and not a fiber. Hair has different structure. It has a cuticle and a medulla present in it. Humans, and then once you find that they have a cuticle and medulla, then you have to know that they are human hair and not animal hair. Human hair are imbricate cuticles, and they have a medulla index that is less than 1/3. Animals have a medulla index more than a half.
Jared has found that the hair is human hair. Now he is able to see what type of race the human hair is. Jared used a microscope and his knowledge of hair to identify the hair came from someone of Asian descent. Officer Wardak Black finds someone that matches his profile on his criminal records. This person was gang member Shatid J. With a warrant, Officer Wardak Black went to his home address where he arrested Shatid J. and his roommate Lester Moe. Shatid's writings were collected to see if his handwriting matched the receipts found at the crime scene.
The two writing samples have similar spacing, slanting, writing pressure. Let's see, what else? Letter size or size, consistency, and fanciness, fancy marks, and that's about it. So we need to find at least 6 in order to make this, to find out who actually wrote this.
The note at the crime scene did match the handwriting of Shatid's, and the car parked in front of his house matched Mike Hunt's description. The car was also registered to Lester Moe. With this evidence, Shatid Lamb was sentenced to life in prison for first-degree murder, and Lester Moe was sentenced to 3 years in prison for second-degree murder.
Hey, yo, Lester, is that him, bro?
Oh, dude, that's him.
Oh, crap. Oh.
Hurry up, he's getting away.
I got you. You cool, bro?
I swear to God, bro.
Hey, bro. Hey, bro, I think he got me.
Got you?
Yeah, he got me right in the head, bro. That's when you done.
I was walking around my high school campus one day because I was looking for my twin, Angel Jose Ruiz Ramirez Chavez.
No!
Oh,